So in general, I always see a few small hive beetles in the hives, and usually the bees take care of them, knock them out. I have the bottom board open so they'll fall out. But I noticed when I was checking the hive a few weeks ago, dozens and dozens of small hive beetles, which isn't good. They can weaken the hive, eat the pollen, eat the honey. So I put those small hive beetle traps in there, and hopefully that will help to eliminate them. I may have to put some bait in there, or I may have to try to kill the larvae on the ground around the hive. So those are some other ideas I might try in the future. So it's decent weather today, so I thought I'd do a quick check. There's a ton of hive beetles the last time I opened it. Here's one right here. Whoops. They like to hide. But there was dozens and dozens of hive beetles, so I bought these hive beetle traps. The little openings on the top of them are too small for the bees to get in, but the hive beetles fall in, and then you put canola oil or some type of oil in there. And I'm curious to see what these look like. Not a single one. Huh. So where'd all the hive beetles go? Well, so these traps don't seem to be doing a whole lot. Oh gosh, making them angry. Those traps don't seem to be doing a whole lot, but I'm going to leave them in there because there's no harm at this point. And then I'm also feeding them. It's a little late in the season, and that's an outside the hive feeder, but it's going to be in the 50s over the next week. So since it's going to be in the 50s, they will, we'll see if they eat it, and we'll see the sugar water start disappearing. That's 2-to-1 mix, so they'll store that right away, and that won't cause them to get confused if it warms up and start laying brood, because it's 2-to-1. I'm just glad I didn't see dozens of hive beetles running all over the place. That was good. So I was researching the small hive beetles, and I think what's happening is because the weather is getting colder, they are just not as active in the hive. So I put those small hive beetle traps in there, and then put the inner cover on the top of it, and I think maybe there wasn't quite enough room between the bottom of the inner cover and the top of the small hive beetle traps. So I flipped the inner cover over, and I'm hoping that that will allow those hive beetles to run over the top and to fall in. So one of the things we really like about this neighborhood, and we liked about it when we first looked at houses out here, was that they have a drainage system, so we don't have drainage ditches along the front and the sides of the property. But we noticed that on the facing the house on the right side, that there were some sinkholes where the culvert that takes the water from the street back to the ditch in the back was like sinking in. So we called the city, and they sent a drone down into the culvert to see where it might be cracked. It's a cement tube, and then found where the issue was, then came out this last week and repaired all that, and then put rocks at the end of the culvert where it empties out into the ditch. And so we're pretty happy with Chesapeake for hooking us up with that, even though it took a while. It looks nice. It's awesome. Called the city, the drainage ditch. They patched the cement ditch under the ground, the culvert. Doing work. Good job, city.